Hello everyone, welcome to another series of the Entrepreneur's Dilemma. If you're new here, welcome too. On this series, I host entrepreneurs from different industries sharing their stories with the intent to inspire new and emerging entrepreneurs. My name is Tobe Ezeife and I'm an entrepreneur as well. Life wasn't always this easy for me, especially when I got started. I lost a lot of money, I lost a lot of friends, and I literally almost lost my mind. But it wasn't until I started to network with other entrepreneurs, learn from their stories and their challenges, that I was able to take a hold of my business. So I'm hoping that the knowledge, tips, and information that you gather from this series today will help you on your journey too. So stay tuned and welcome again. Hey guys, today I have an amazing guest for you all today. She's an entrepreneur, a businesswoman, and a boss lady, and her story will really inspire you. She's a designer and also a mom, and she's an amazing person with an amazing talent. So stay tuned and listen to this. Now, okay. Perfect. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have Ameena here. And Ameena, can you hear me very clearly?
Yes, I can.
Perfect.
Hi.
Perfect. Thank you for taking the time to come down and share some bits of your knowledge and experience with us today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm so excited.
Welcome. My first question for you is just to just take us back to where it all started for you. Take us back to when entrepreneurship started for you.
Um, Funny enough, I think I've always been an entrepreneur, but I never actually knew what it was. You know, when you get ideas, I've always been very creative and hands-on. Like as a kid, I loved to draw. I loved anything artsy and craft. Like I'm that child that used to be at home. I would rather be in my own space drawing and coming up with creative new things to do than to be outside playing. Like, I love to talk to people as well, but it's just there's something about being creative in your own space that's very
Mm,
therapeutic to me.
mm.
I actually have a degree in accounting. I went to school to study accounting.
Wow.
Yeah,
Hasn't come of use, has it?
it's funny because I actually originally wanted to study art. I was making my portfolio after leaving CERT. I was actually designing my portfolio, and my African mother was like, excuse me, you think that which one is art school? What is art school? I need you to go and be an accountant or a doctor or something along that line. Choose
Wow.
something. I
Wow.
am not. I was just like, what am I going to do now? Well, I guess accounting is the thing I used to. I always just get A's in like without trying. So maybe I just go and study that just to make my mom happy. And
Mm,
I went to accounting, crunching numbers each and every day, studying accounting. It didn't really make me fulfilled, but I just wanted to do it to make my mom happy. And I actually discovered graphic design while I was studying accounting. So
okay.
in my college, yeah, it was kind of really artsy. They had this department, engineering department, which had like art and design. And I knew a girl in the arts and design department. Every time I went to see her in class, I was just like, my eyes were like, oh my God, this is the dream. But
Mm,
I couldn't switch. So, but then there was an opportunity where they gave us a chance to choose subjects, like additional subjects. So you had a choice between information technology,
mhm,
um, to study languages and stuff. And I didn't really want to learn a language. I didn't want any of that. But I was like, this information technology class looks interesting. What
mm,
is it? And they were like, oh, you're going to learn design, elements of design, making websites, using Photoshop. I was like, I think I want that course. Has nothing to do with the accounting I'm doing, but I was like,
yeah.
that's the perfect course. It gives me that balance. I get a chance to be creative and
Mm,
do my course at the same time. So I took that course and I loved everything about it. So that's actually how I learned how to use Photoshop. I learned how to make websites from there. I just loved it. But and then I graduated during the recession. I, I didn't get a job. No
mm,
matter how much I tried, I got good grades, couldn't get a job. Then I got married and I had kids, and it was even harder to
mm,
find a job because, again, there's no job to have money to be able to get a minder.
mm.
And I was just like, what can I do? I don't like to be idle. Let me go and do something with myself. Let's see if I can start a business.
Hmm.
I've actually started like three businesses before this one, and I just couldn't find the right. I just didn't think it was right for me. So I was doing like virtual assistants where I designed logos, but it wasn't, it was like virtual assistant with mixed with a bit of accounting, and I was just like, that might not be it. I wasn't really getting clients like that. And I just decided, okay, maybe I'll just drop that for a while. Then I did another business where I was selling Islamic clothes, Islamic hoodies where it had like uplifting slogans on it. That
Hmm.
was good, but it wasn't,
Did you
I
design
didn't really,
the slogans as well?
yeah, I do. I just design slogans on hoodies.
Hmm.
It was the business I have. I still have it, but I'm not really running it. It's just there because I feel like I would like to pick it up again later. But yeah. So it was Be Modest, and um, I wasn't feeling it. I didn't see myself really growing the way I wanted to in that line. Plus, it's cost a lot of money to actually take it in the direction I wanted to go in, which is
Hmm.
more like fashion design. Because being a Muslim woman, kind of hard to dress modestly
Yeah.
nowadays and be fashionable. So I was like, I'd love to make my own clothes, like, kind of what is in style now, but to make it modest. And I was just like, okay, that cost too much money to reach that dream.
Hmm.
But during that business is when I actually discovered that, hey, people actually want a service where people can actually like design stuff for them.
Hmm.
People used to come to me. I'm designing, putting slogans on hoodies and selling it to people. But people never understood what I was doing. They would be like, I would love you to make a hoodie for me. I was like, that's not what I'm doing.
Hmm.
That's
Hmm.
not what I do.
Hmm.
But people kept asking me that, and I was like, maybe I should just kind of open a side for graphic design. That's literally how it started.
Wow.
Yeah, it just happened out of the blue. People will always ask me to design something for them, to make them this, to make them that. And I was like, this might be a thing. Let
Hmm.
me just let me just open it on the side. Let's see how it goes. Lo and behold, I didn't know that this was going to be my most successful business so far.
Wow.
That picked up like that,
Wow.
like really quickly. I'm even amazed every day. I'm like, how did I get so booked out? How did I grow? It's like I blinked and I'm here.
Hmm.
But that's basically how I love what I do right now because it's literally what I've always wanted to do, but
Hmm. Hmm.
life didn't give me that chance until now.
Hmm. So accounting,
Yeah.
cool, and then you stumbled on someone's art. Then you found out that you could add an additional course to your current course, and
Mm,
then you jumped on two different businesses that
yeah.
were successful and not so successful, and then
Hmm.
this came about that. Do you
Yeah.
think that you had to go through all that to find this?
Of course, I don't think I would appreciate where I am now if I didn't go through the crazy ups and downs that I went through. Like in the process of, I was like, I'm going to be an accountant by fire by force. I went for job interviews. I was like, I have to be this accountant. My mom wants me to be an accountant. I did some stupid volunteer job. I
Hmm.
was the things I went through. But I was just like, after just being fed up of making chicken change was a degree that I have, that I studied for years, the crazy things, I was just like, well, I have to stay home. I want to raise my children. I can't let someone else take care of my kids. I don't want to miss out on anything. I
Hmm.
want to be able to balance my life. Is it possible to have it all? Like, is it possible to be a
When
go
did you
getter?
start thinking like that? Is it
Really,
from when you were studying in accounting? When did you always have you always been thinking that way?
yes, but it was always kind of in the back of my mind. The reality would hit you. The reality really slapped me when I had children. I was like, oh Lord, what is this?
Hmm.
Like having children, being a wife, being, just I was like, I need my independence. I can't just sit at home during this period of time I'm taking care of my kids. I think I would go crazy just
Hmm.
not having anything to do that would intellectually like keep me on my toes.
Hmm.
And I was just like, okay, I want to have it all. I want to have it all. And
Right.
I want to do it my way.
Hmm.
And of course, if I've tried many ways, maybe that's not my way. Maybe the counting was just for my mom and this is for me, you
Hmm.
know. And I just thought, what's the worst that could happen? I'm already unemployed. Like, the worst that could happen is I fail. And I keep
Hmm.
trying and I keep trying
Hmm.
until I find something.
Hmm.
But with prayer, I was like, God, this one has to work. I will like, I'm tired. But
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
it's
Wow.
been a
I,
journey, but I
wonder-
love it.
I saw your designs. I was immediately blown away. I couldn't
Really.
believe
Oh,
how awesome and as in they look really, really good. They
thank
were really,
you.
really good. You have a very sparkle like style to it. Like it, I really like the color. I'm gonna put some slideshows of some of the design work that you've put
Oh,
as part of so that people can see how amazing the work
oh, thank
you
you.
did. I really, really like it. And I see that you've touched on a few reasons why you started your entrepreneurship journey. Like you said, you wanted to have it all, which many
Yeah.
people don't believe is possible. But I like that you said it and you wanted it and you went after it. You also said that you wanted to be at home and raise your kids.
Yeah.
You wanted to have that flexibility of doing that.
Mm.
Were were these the main things that pushed you towards starting your own business? Were these the things that made you start those other businesses that didn't work out so well, or
Yeah.
more as well?
Yes, that was really the main thing because I just felt like I was too idle. But deep inside me, I just had this weird dream that I was just good. I want, I don't, it might sound crazy, but I've always had this kind of a vision of myself, like where I wanted to be in charge of my life. And I
Mm,
wanted to kind of like run things. I don't know how to explain it, just kind of knowing that there's something that you want, you have to do, and there's somewhere that you need to be,
mm,
but the problem is, how do I get there? You
mm,
know, like I was just like, I don't know how I'm going to get there, but I see myself like this. Like
mm,
I even as an accountant, I thought that was the way. Like, of course, I see myself driving nice cars, being in a suit, being a boss lady, commanding people, but I don't know how I'm going to get there. So I
mm,
thought it was accounting. I pushed hard for 8 years after graduating, nothing. I was just like, okay, what am I going to do now? Like, am I just going to stay for another couple of years till I'm able to actually go and look for a job? So my
mm,
kids are in full time school, but then I'll be unemployed for 12 years. But I've always had like little bits and pieces of experience of working in
mm,
the accounting field or anything in there because I didn't want my CV to be empty. But I'm not just going to settle for just sales account, sales assistant,
mm.
little bits here and there. I didn't want that for my life, and I just thought I might as well start. There's so many people that have made it selling water, like you know what I mean.
Sorry.
People make it doing all kinds of stuff, but I don't know how to explain it. But that's really was my driving
I
force.
totally understand where you're coming from. And what I admired the most about what you've just said there is that you knew where you wanted to be. You had a vision of where you were going, but you didn't
Yes,
know how. A lot of
mm,
people, because they don't know how, they just do not make an attempt.
yes,
But you kept pushing yourself with what you had, where you were, you kept pushing yourself, and definitely you strike gold. And well, congratulations, massive congratulations to you on that. My
thank
next
you.
question to you is about your challenges. Okay, now that you've done three businesses, you're a mom. I don't know how many kids you have.
I've got two.
You got two. Okay, so I'm sure that as well comes with its own challenges. So can you share like maybe three major challenges that you've had over the number of businesses that you've done and how you overcame these challenges?
um, the challenges mainly, I would say, financial at first because I was aiming for businesses that actually I feel like where I went wrong with the first ones where I didn't really do my research that well. I kind of jumped into them and and finances when I got in, then I was like, oh my god, the finances involved in this. I don't have job. Like, how am I going to fund this? And
Yeah.
then I have huge dreams, so I'm like, hey, this is expensive.
Mm,
And I'm somebody that loves to present things when it's like I don't know if you can tell from my design business, but I love things to look a certain way, like that
mm.
standard. I want you to almost not be able to see that it's a human being behind it, but you can see
That's how
like
I felt. That's how I felt.
yeah, it's just like I am such a perfectionist, so I was like, I don't want to do something subpar. It has to be, it has to be something that takes people's breath away or inspires people.
Mm,
And inspiring people is the main thing for me because I have this innate need to help people in the way I can. And I've discovered that the things that I'm really good at uplifting people. And part of that's why I try to integrate it into my design business. I could easily just post up pictures of what I'm designing, but I want you to come on my page and feel like, yes, I can do this. I
mm,
can actually have everything I want, from all the posts I post up to all those things. Those are the things I wanted to do. And like even trying to get into my design business, a lot of people told me design, like what is design? I actually approached another designer as well for help, but they couldn't really help. They didn't want to help me. They told me your style is not what people are looking for.
mm,
And I was like, okay, you know,
mm,
that like the style that people are coming to me now is what that person told me that, is that's not what people are looking for. I'm sorry, I can't help you. And I was like, oh, okay, people are not looking for my style. What am I going to do to be able to get myself out there? Because I feel like I can help people.
mm,
Something in me is telling me I need to get there by myself. But then to overcome that challenge, I just kind of I sat down and I thought about it, and I was like, maybe that's a good thing that people are not looking for what I want to offer. You know, maybe that's a good thing that I'm different.
mm,
Maybe somebody out there or people out there are looking for different in Ireland,
mm,
or somebody who is not the usual designer, someone who's just gonna come out here and just kind of reach within your soul and bring out whatever you want.
mm,
Designing is not just going away and just putting things together. I like to get to know the person and then think like them and think, what would this person love? What represents the aura that I get from this person? How can I put that into a design? And it's it's crazy, but I kind of, and if I can't get to know the person, maybe if they're not opening up to me, that's another challenge because I feel like I can do this. I just need you to collaborate with me, open up so that I can get to know you, and then I can help you build your business and build something, help you create a design that's going to represent you, a logo or a brand, like
mm,
create a brand, not just a design. I'm creating a whole business for you.
mm,
Like that, it took a while for people to understand what I'm doing, and
mm,
that was a challenge too because I kind of had to explain at first, like, oh, I'm not just your regular designer.
mm,
I work with you. I
mm,
don't work. I don't just go away and then come back. Here's
mm,
your design. Pay me.
mm,
No, I want you to love everything. I want you to be involved. I had to literally just kind of scream it in people's ears. No, this is not me. This is not what I want to do. And I actually had to like choose business. So if somebody before at first when I started, I was like, I have to get my name out there. So anybody that comes to me, every customer is my customer. They like not everyone is your customer. And you have to choose, pick and choose. Some people will come to me and I will have to politely just tell them, I don't think I'm the designer for you. But I know a few designers that I think would suit what you're looking for. But
mm,
if you're looking for so and so, that's me. If
mm,
you are looking for somebody who is really going to understand you and create a design or a logo that's going to take your business to the future or help you launch your business full force, if you're willing to work hard,
mm,
that's going to set you apart from your competitors. That's me. That's why you come to me. But I'm not just out here to help you just make any one bam design and
mm,
there you go. I'm
mm,
gonna help you. I give advice to my customers as well. I am there. Like if you need anything, just say, hey Ameena, please, I need your help. Like you can message me and be like, girl, I'm struggling with my business. Can you give me some tips? I'm there. That's
mm,
what I do
mm.
because I want to see other women make it. I want to see other women grow. I want to see other women, like I just want to have a team of boss ladies beside me. We'll all be winning together. That's my dream.
I like that. I like that. I like that.
Yes.
So, so from what you've said now, what I can gather from that about your challenges was that you went to someone who was already in the industry, and the person
Mm,
said, "Okay, your style is not what we're looking for," but you
mm,
persevered, and you saw the positive light in that, and you were like, "Okay, that's a good thing because I can
mm-hmm,
now create my style. I can now attract the customer that you want, that suits you." Okay, and
mm-hmm.
rather than making a
One size
product
fits all.
for a customer that might not even suit them, you rather
Mm-hmm,
just stick to what you know how to do and do well. Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Okay, I like that. Um, so with regards to family and business, do they
Mm.
clash? Are you 1 minute, doing some stuff at home, and then at the other minute you're doing some stuff at work? How do you mix both? Is there is there is
Um,
there a, is there a challenge there?
oh yes, there's no one who is a mother and run a business, that you want to do all well,
Yeah,
that you're
tell me
not.
about that. Tell me about that challenge.
Well, I have to just kind of think about what motivates me. First of all, it's all about mindset. I had to change my mindset to be able to do this business and do it well. It was changing my mindset. How do I view money? How do I view business? How do I view my dreams? And how am I going to get there? It's all about your mindset. If you feel like, oh my God, I can't do this, I can't do this, you won't be able to do it. But every day, if you wake up, even if you're tired and you love what you have a passion for what you do, you're going to find a way to make it work. Whether your kids are screaming, you don't know how many times you will see people will see me designing and just popping things, but they don't know that sometimes I stay up to 6 a.m. designing because I have been a mother all day, taking care
Mm,
of my kids, cleaning, cooking, attending to everything that needs to be attended to in the house. Then once that is over, then I can stay up and I'll design sometimes to 6 a.m.
mm,
But as long as I get that thing done, because I know that, okay, this is where I want to be. And it's just a short period of time that I'm going to have to kind of struggle. There's a time where I would have to walk take my daughter to school, and
mm,
I'll stay in her school. I mean, I'll stay in the town because it's close to her school for 3 hours. That 3 hours, I know I could be working, but I can't because it was just a long journey to have to go
mm,
back and forth, back and forth. I was like, I'm just gonna stay in town, and with my son, we just kind of have activities. So that way, I'm having quality time with him. I'm gonna spend quality time with her too on our way home. It's maybe an hour or two. When I get home, they're fed and they're taking a nap or they're just playing. Then I can start working. But
mm.
every day is different. I can't stick to one schedule and say this is it every day. So some days I may have to work earlier in the morning to be able to achieve certain things in the evening with
Mm,
my family or spend time with them.
mm,
Some days it means I don't sleep for a week properly, maybe 4 hours sleep here and there
mm,
just to be able to meet a deadline with a client, or it is challenging. I'm still in the process of like coming up with a balance. But when you're doing everything by yourself, the main drive is your mindset and being able to manage your time and being able to have a passion for what you do. Because you won't be able to get up in that morning if you don't have a
mm.
passion for what you do, if you're not excited to get up and
Agree.
do what you do.
I agree. I agree. I always hear people say, what gets you excited? What gets you out of the bed? I never knew that thing was something real. I thought people were just saying it. You know,
Oh,
actually there is that thing that gets
it's
you
true.
excited and out of bed in the morning, and that is that passion that you have for what
Mm,
you do. And then you talked about time management and talked about mindset. Those are three important different pillars for any
yes.
business person. So yeah,
Mm,
that's really good. And when it comes to mindset, sorry, I just want to digress a bit now. When it
mhm.
comes to mindset, like what do you do to change that mindset? Like, do you read? Do you have mentors? And like, how do you improve your mindset?
Um, I have a routine, like a mindset routine. I do go through ups and downs, like any other business owner. There are times when I'll be like, I'm a bad designer. I just can't get into it. Like I have those days when I'm like, oh God, I'm a terrible mother. I just in my mind, these are all just in my head.
Yeah.
I'll be like, I'm a bad mom. My kid needed me, because she wanted me to read a book, but I was too tired because I'm working or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, when I know that I have been balanced in my life, obviously there'll be times where one goes a little bit above the other, but so what I do is whenever I'm feeling like that, I listen to podcasts, like business podcasts of women who are killing it in the industry. Like once I put my headphones on and I just kind of listen to a podcast of how a lady made it through her own business, how she became $1 million, like built $1 million business, and I'm like, yes, I'm inspired. I'm inspired. I sometimes listen to music, but it's mostly podcasts,
And
prayer.
who are your top female influencers now that you listen to that
Oh,
inspire you?
there's a lot. There's actually a lot. I'm not
Give me
even
five.
like
Give me five or three.
specific. Um, ugh. There's this podcast I listen to. It's the Boss Babe podcast. Oh, those girls. They Natalie Ellis and Danielle. Like the two of them, they built a business built based around inspiring women.
Hmm.
And that's kind of what I want to do, like inspiring women through the talent that I've been given. So that inspires me to get up and be like, yes, I can inspire people because I'm inspired.
Mm.
And then there's there's a few. um Patricia Bright, I think she is a genius when it comes to business. I don't know if you've heard of her, but she's an influencer. And who that girl, she's Nigerian, and she just I love to listen to her Court of God podcast and her The Break platform. I love to follow anything inspiring. I watch. I have like on my Instagram business page. All I have is like quotes, 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 like business quotes. So every time I go into my Instagram, I'm going to be surely inspired because there's going to be a quote that just hits me in the chakras. I'll just see a quote that says, "You can do it today. Get on." Like something is going to inspire me. I just make sure that everything around me is inspiring. Everything around me
Like that.
uplifts me. I don't have space for any negativity. So anything I feel like it kind of brings down my spirit and it doesn't make me creative, I cut it out and I, move it out of my way so that first thing in the morning, all I think about is being grateful, how I'm going to achieve my goals today or be one step closer and thinking about it's not about money. It's actually about making a difference. And trust me, the money will come when you're making a difference. You're not just if you're just there being a robot. That's one thing that I think is important as well. If I'm being a robot with my business, I'm not going to get far because people want to deal with people, not robots. And that's another thing that kind of inspires me. So when I'm feeling down and usually a customer will a client will message me and be like, Ameena, the tip you gave me was so amazing. I've done this, and I'm like, thank you. Like that actually put a smile on my face because I was kind of feeling down today, but knowing that I'm actually making a difference or I'm helping somebody is really helps with my mindset.
Now, you've talked about empowering other women, and where does this stem from? Like, did you need a lot of empowering to become the person you are today, and then you feel the need to empower others?
Yes, actually, I never thought about it that way. Thank you for actually giving me that. Yeah, my mom was a single parent, so I feel like I just have this strong need to help women because she was raising us and she was an entrepreneur as well. She had
Oh,
business, yeah.
the
So
boss lady.
yeah, so that is already kind of how I kind of started to go into the whole business thing. So she was an entrepreneur and she was all about doing business with a soul, like not just being, just one rigid person. She wanted to do business with a soul. So whenever customers came to her, they got advice. It's a salon, but they got advice, they got uplifted, they were, they just feel more clear. They didn't just come for hairstyling, they came to get some kind of uplifting and they always left uplifted. And I thought, oh, that's what I would want.
And you
You
watched
know,
it
I,
in your childhood, your whole childhood. You watched how she was always treated.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And I watched her being a boss lady and I thought, hey, if my mom could do this, of course I could do it. Like she raised me as a boss lady. She taught me how to be a boss lady. So of course I can be a boss lady. And I want to teach my daughter too. Like, and it's funny to see that even as I'm just doing something to uplift myself, but that's when I realized that it's actually uplifting other people around me as well. And I would love, even if I'm on Instagram, I'll be scrolling down and if I see a girl or a fellow business person, I'm just gonna comment, "Hey girl, I love what you're doing," blah blah blah. Like I think I'm trying to get known for that on Instagram. You will see a comment of me saying yes, like to somebody's post or something. Like I just love to uplift, to inspire, to I don't know, it's just that thing. I have a lot of love to give, and I feel like love is just bursting out of me every single time. So I really have to, yeah, I just love to like help people. I want someone to come to me or speak to me and feel like I gained something from them, from her, or I feel like I kind of feel stronger to be able to face whatever I'm going through. That's just how I've always been. Some people didn't get that, but yeah.
And then, do you see a next step to where you are right now? Like, I know it's about the design, it's about helping others through design. Do you see a next level to this? When it comes to empowering women, do you see yourself like maybe having a platform, having other women? Like, I know you
Yeah.
have this vision of how you've gotten here. Do you have another vision of the next level?
Yes, I
Share that
do.
with me. I want to hear that.
Uh, my vision. like I'm taking it one step at a time, but I really do want to have a platform, kind of like the Boss Babe podcast thing, and like thing that I really love, the society and everything. I kind of want to have a society of women empowering women. It's
Mm,
almost like, because women, we are so judgmental against each other. Like, it's kind of like society brought us to be always like comparing each other,
mm,
comparing ourselves to them, saying, ah, that girl's not as fine as me, or it's
mm,
like, can we just stop? Can we stop, like, comparing each other, comparing businesses, comparing how we've gotten, and just help somebody who is struggling? Or
mm,
if you see a fellow sister that's kind of struggling, she's not, she's trying to find her way, why don't you just give her a hand and help her up? I've had other designers who came after me in Ireland kind of message me and be like, hi, Ameena, can do you help me with some things? Do you give me some advice? And that's when I feel like, hey, I'm actually in that position to give someone advice
mm,
now, because when I needed that advice as a, starting designer, that person shut me down and
mm,
made me feel bad about myself, feel like my skills are not good enough. But I can use my opportunity now to uplift other
mm.
designers or other business owners. And I feel like that's really just what I want to do. I want to build a society. I obviously want to grow my business, have a studio. And my husband's actually a photographer as well. He's not practicing right now, but he's one of the OG photographers. And I
Mm,
actually see a vision of the two of us kind of just killing it together, having a studio where he does his photography, I do my design,
mm.
and, you know, we build an empire together.
Wow.
That's my vision.
That's amazing. That's
Mm.
amazing. That's almost like what I want for myself.
Oh, really? I want to hear it. Oh my God. I actually want to
That's
know more
really
about your business as well, because
uh,
I'm
definitely, definitely. But this is about you today. We can definitely talk about me at another time. But I'm very interested in your story because when I went to your website, I was immediately blown away, and I saw this post that you put up there. It was a painting of you, and I don't
Mm.
know if it was your husband behind you, but you kind
Yes.
of cropped yourself out and then started showing the design of how you.
Mm.
Oh, that was amazing. That was
Oh, thank
really good.
you.
I was like, I need to know who this person is because it looks like it's a magician behind this scene. Do you know? That's how good I thought your stuff was, and I cannot
Oh,
imagine that it is. First of all, I was shocked that it was a lady that was doing this. Let me not lie. I'm not gonna be.
really?
Yeah,
Even
because
though the whole design is pink, it's like all
I
of the
thought it was a
yesterday.
company. I didn't
Yes,
know it was one person. I thought it was a company behind all that. You know?
exactly what I was going for.
Yeah, and you
I
really
wanted
put
it
it
to
there.
be, but each time in my business, even though it looks like a company, I use I a lot. Me, my, I did it, because
Mm,
I want you to know that yes, it looks like a company. Even if it is,
mm,
as it gets bigger, it's going to be a company. But
mm,
I want you to know that you're still talking to the main person. I
mm,
want you to know that I'm not passing you through my assistants or whatever. I'm still
mm,
going to be the one talking to you.
mm, mm,
I'm still interested in getting to know you, getting to know your business. It's not like I like one thing that annoys me is I see a lot of business owners and they feel like the emblem of success is when you start being more robotic.
mm,
I don't know if you've experienced that as well, but like as they grow, they become more robotic. If people message them, it's always like, that's our price list, and that's it. You
mm.
go do
Okay,
whatever.
okay, I
But
see what
if
you mean.
someone comes to me and says, hi, Ameena, I love your designs. I want you to help me design a logo. I have no idea, blah, blah, blah. And I say, hi, how are you? I'd love to know more about your business. Can you tell me a bit more about your business?
Mm,
Get to know the person. There's nothing wrong. It's not unprofessional to
mm,
be to be a human being. Why
mm,
do we feel like we have to be robots to be professional? Robots are robots for a reason. They have no feelings. But you can have feelings. You can connect with the people that come to you, and
mm,
you don't have to compromise on your professionalism. I can still be professional and be kind and
mm,
be, just kind of talk to them. Hi, how can I help you? What would you like? Please ask me any questions. I'm happy to answer. Like,
mm.
I don't do the whole, this is my hours of work, blah blah blah. I don't do that. I don't know. Maybe it's not good. I don't know. But people message me at like 2 a.m. and I'm online anyway. So I'll just message them with the same level of professionalism
Mm,
and kindness. No
mm.
matter what time of the day, my customers know that they can message Ameena at like 3 a.m. She's probably awake. Like, and they're right. Literally.
Okay, speaking of customers now, I want to get into some areas now with customers. So I know with every business, sorry, you are always trying to attract clients, attract customers, and sometimes you might have good customers, you might have bad customers. Okay, like one major thing I like to always dive into is dealing with rejection. Like
Yeah.
every businesses, they have rejections, they have disappointments. I don't know. I don't know who will reject you because that person is nuts, first of all. But
You'll
um,
be surprised.
can you tell me how you handle rejections in your business? How do you handle them?
Hmm. First of all, I try and think. I try not to take it personal. Um, it's sometimes hard depending on who it comes from. So
Mhm.
let's say you're working for somebody that you know and you didn't expect that to turn around. But then again, one thing I understand is design is very personal to each person.
Mm,
The way I do it makes it even harder for people. If you don't know yourself, it's going to be hard for me and you to work together.
mm,
I don't know why, but maybe because I dig deep into, like, if I were to design something for you,
mm,
I would have to kind of get to know you. And from what I've just known about talking to you and stuff like that, you're somebody that likes to dig into the why and the
yeah.
how. Yeah. And that's just from speaking to you for a short time and just communicating with you. You like to dig to know the why and the how.
Mm,
And you are not somebody who is very flashy in your face, but
mm,
you're active and you keep yourself like, you keep yourself sharp.
mm,
That's just what I seem to know from you.
mm,
And that's because you're open to letting me understand who you are.
mm,
But if somebody comes to me and they're closed off, I can design 4 different designs for you. You're gonna hate them all
mm,
because I don't know you.
mm.
You know what I mean?
I get you.
But yeah, I realized that if I try to make something for someone, just make it like, not thinking about what they want to do,
Mm,
it's always a flop. So I want to talk, and if I see that this person is not going to open to me up to me, is not trying to follow my process in
mm,
how I get to the design that you see that you're like, wow, I want to hire this person,
mm,
it's not going to work. But
mm,
at first, I have dealt with them customers where we didn't meet eye to eye because I'm trying to dig deep. I'm trying to get you to talk and tell me, don't feel afraid to tell me, I mean, I don't like that design. Can you change this, and this? I'm
mm,
happy to change it. I'm happy. My aim is to arrive at something that you would love and
mm,
something that represents you at the same time. So if if you're not willing to open up to me, it would be a problem. And I would still handle it professionally, but I just try not to take it personal. I
mm.
don't I don't take it personal, but I try and see where I can fix it for the next client that comes over.
So you
So if
learn
I
your
feel,
lesson.
yeah, so I
Mm,
try and learn from whatever that issue was. So if the issue was, oh, maybe I didn't tell them the terms and conditions a bit, I need to kind of let them know that this is how I work. Maybe that would help them to kind of understand better. So I
mm,
just fix it for the next client. So that way, each time I have a step back, I'm a little bit happy because I'm like, there's something else I can tweak to be better. Each
mm,
time somebody tells me something, gives me feedback about, oh, Ameena, you should have said this or you should have done this, or I wish you had done this. I just learned one new thing to tweak and to make myself better, to make my process better, and to
mm.
be able to give a better customer service to the next person. But
Okay.
yeah, I don't really, I try not to take rejection to heart because, come on, like, life is too short. Like, I know we get attached to our
True.
businesses, but
True. And
try
then
not to take it to heart.
sorry to cut you there, but I just on that topic now, I'm
Mm,
sure that like with business, like you've had 3 businesses now. Like you said, the first one you had, you dived into it, you didn't realize how much money you had to put, how much capital you had to put into the business.
mm,
Can you just share like mistakes, big ones now that you've
mm,
made in your businesses so far? So let's take that one out, the first one out that you said that you didn't know that you had to put in so much money because you didn't do enough research. Okay.
mm.
So what are the mistakes that you've made that you were like, I've learned. Oh, that one was hurtful, but I've learned so far.
Oh, big mistake I've learned is never start a business. It's linked to the other one, but never start a business that's going to suck all your money from the beginning. Because it's just going to continue to suck your money as it gets bigger.
Okay.
This business cost me 30 euros to start, basically.
Wow.
It was just a subscription. That was it. A subscription, and that was it. And that was the difference because my other clothing business, I had to actually buy inventory, do all this stuff, store
Mm.
inventory, all that was just long. This one, €30. All I needed was my brain, my imagination, and a piece of paper.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well said. I like that.
Give
Okay.
the cost from the very beginning. That's it. Like
Mm.
I think that was the main one. Obviously, love what you do because you wouldn't see a future. There will be a wall. If you don't love what you do, you can't get too far in it because you're not able to be creative and see beyond what you're doing at the moment. So
Mm.
those two definitely I learned hard.
Mm. Mm. Okay, nice. And I wouldn't ask this because I know. So if you had to do this all over again, okay,
Mm,
if you had to start all over again, right from first year accounting, okay,
mm.
brings back memories, doesn't it? So if you had to start all over again, okay, what would you do differently this time? Now I know you've mentioned your mistakes, but what else would you do differently?
Hmm. What would I do differently? I say I would have just gone with my heart and ended up maybe if I had switched to I don't even know how I would have gone about it because I didn't really like accounting.
Hmm.
Don't see myself having a future in it. I tried, it didn't work. But I think if I had just gone with my heart and went and studied graphic design, if I had studied it then, but I feel like maybe the reason why I'm able to be to be able to think outside of the box is because I didn't study accounting. It's all self-taught. I
Hmm.
learned everything I know from the internet plus the little I learned in school. You know, if I had gone to study graphic design, maybe I wouldn't be who I am right now. But it
Okay.
would have been a good foundation just
Hmm.
in case I wanted to go into like a professional or commercial design business. It would
Hmm.
have been, I mean, not design business, but if I wanted to work for people, it would have been a good option because now I have a degree in accounting. That's
Hmm.
kind of all I could do if I wanted to go into,
Hmm.
a professional setting. I would have to go into accounting. But
Hmm.
now my brain is so focused on design. I'm using that side of my brain so much that
Hmm.
I don't think I'll be able to crunch numbers as well.
I see. I
Yeah,
see what
so
you're
that would
saying.
definitely be a
I
thing
see
I'll
what
change.
you're saying. Okay, and as we just draw towards the end, I want you to just, just share with the other viewers, other people that are thinking about entrepreneurship, people like yourself, people that are stuck, people that don't know whether they should just jump on their idea, jump on their passion. Just can you give them any advice that maybe helped you or you wish someone gave you when you were this position and that will help them get over their fears?
Okay. One thing I would do, think is what, what think about. Just sit down and kind of write down or think about what do people tend to come to you for advice for.
Mm,
What do you do that it comes so easy to you, but other people always wonder how do you do that?
mm,
How do you think like that, or how do you? That might be the thing that you have to do. Part of it is find your purpose as well. How can you mix your purpose with your talents? If you can combine the two of them, you have reached the jackpot. Like if you can combine those two, obviously those things will really make a difference. And like just think about how you can be different. I had a client the other day, and she was telling me that, oh, I know this is gonna sound a bit weird, but I know it's a hair business, but I want it to be more than a hair business. And I was like, it doesn't sound weird at all because I
mm,
get what you mean. She came up with a trailer, and her trailer was like a movie trailer, inspiring young women. It's a hair business. She could have just done the usual video, flipping hair and all that
mm,
stuff, slow
mm,
motion, but she decided to do a trailer that inspires young women like her to be
mm,
able to be courageous and reach for their goals,
mm.
even though it's still a hair business. At the same time, the hair is still slayed, everything is still showing
But she's
what she's
different.
doing, but you're doing it with a purpose. And
Mm,
that's really, if you can do your business with a purpose, you will go far. If
mm,
you're able to mix your talent and your talent and your purpose together, even better. Just think about where you want to go, where do you see yourself, and kind of take small steps
mm,
towards it until you get there. Obviously, I'm not where I want to be yet,
mm,
but I'm taking the steps to get there.
mm,
And obviously, have positive people around you. That's a huge rule, please.
mm,
Because if you have people around you that are frenemies or people around you who just don't see your vision, who kind of put you down, that's going to affect your mindset. And you need your mindset to be on A plus to be able to go for this, because you're kind of going to be alone a lot in this entrepreneurship journey, unless you find other entrepreneurs that are as passionately weird as you are, weirdly passionate about being a weirdo.
Yeah. I mean, you couldn't have said that any better. Thank you for
Yes.
that. Is really good. That's really good. And I want to thank you so much for this. I've had so much fun. I didn't even know who I was gonna chat. Like when I messaged you on Instagram, I wasn't sure who am I chatting with. Am I chatting with a guy? Am I chatting with a woman? I don't know who I'm chatting with. Am I chatting with a company?
How do
You
I
know,
come across as a guy? I have my own
like
pages.
it's all designs there, so I couldn't tell who I was talking to, until you came online and I saw you. I was like, wow, okay, this is who she is. And I'm so grateful that I'm having this chat with you. And I know that your story, this is going to inspire a lot of people. And I'm super happy after talking to you, because I don't know, you have this vibe that's so attractive, makes people
Thank
happy.
you. That's what I'm trying to do. I hope
Smiling
I,
from
I
the
hope I
start to
can be.
the end of this of this. So I really appreciate you for that. And last but not the least, if people want to contact you or reach you for anything at all, because I might have some of your stuff showing throughout this video. If
Yeah.
anyone wants to contact you, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
Instagram. I am always on Instagram. So if you just say hi to me on Instagram, my Instagram is at designsxamina. So
Okay.
if you type in designsxamina, you will see me. My business will pop up, and you can DM me. Feel free to say hi, even if you just want to chat.
I'll put it there as well.
If you just want to chat, I love to like talk to people in the DM. So hey, just say hey, Amina. Nice to meet you. I'm down to talk all the time. Yeah.
Okay. So Amina, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time, and I hope things get even much better for you. And I see great things coming. I see really great things coming. So thank you very much. It was a pleasure,
Thank you so
and
much, Ezeife.
take
Thank
care.
you.